got a new song for you right here. Yeah, let's go. Welcome to the show.
Tell them run it on. I wake up, flex on down that check.
Oh, messed it up. What happened to my song?
No drip is wet. Tell them run it on. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch. Tell them run it on. I wake up, flex on down that check. No drip is wet. Tell them run it on. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch. Tell them run it on. 9 out of 10 roll through my hands. I'm by my lonely. Turn to a savage, now my baby wants to hold me. I love my
What up? That's Flo with Canteen Sports Show. Let me turn my other music on in the background here. Hey, you win some, you lose some, right? You win some, you lose some. It's just gonna be me today. I think the other boys are tied up, but hey, I'm here for the call in. Y'all can come in and jump on the show. Let me know what y'all think. Hey, Cowboys lost, I know, but hey, it happens. Not everybody's going to win every game, right? Exactly. Not everybody's going to win every game. There we go. Where's my music? All right. So let's run it down. We're going to run down a little bit of Sunday. We'll talk about a little bit about the Cowboys game as well. We're going to run down some of the Sunday NFL games that happened today. Some big games today. Let's see here. Hey, it should be the link. Should be a link up at the top. Or on the bottom on YouTube, there should be a link there so you can jump on the show. And some of the regulars like Drew and Jake, even John, his pops, can jump on the show. Come on the show. Let me know what you think. Let me know what's going on. Hey, put it in the comments. If anything else, put it in the comments. Let me know in the comments what you think. What happened today and what's going to go on next week. Well, we don't have to talk about that. We'll just talk about what happened today. So, all right. So let's look at a few games, a few surprises. Look at maybe not a surprise. Well, maybe a couple of surprises. I guess it would be considered a surprise. But let's look at Houston, 22-13 over Tennessee. That's kind of a little bit of a surprise. I think everybody was thinking that Houston was going to win, was going to lose that game, and Tennessee was going to win that game. But I've always said I don't trust Tannehill. I don't trust Tannehill long term, and without Derrick Henry, I mean, he's going to struggle. He may give you 1 game or 2 games, but I don't trust him. I said that before. Some people say, hey, he's a good quarterback or whatnot, but in the end, I don't trust him. He had 323 yards, 1 touchdown, but he had 4 interceptions for Tannehill. So that's what I'm talking about. Houston has a decent defense. Finally, Tyrod Taylor came back to run that offense. I mean, he had just a mediocre game, 107 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions. But that defense, I guess, wore him down. And those takeaways helped him out, helped him get some field goals and things like that. So, and maybe a touchdown or so. So I didn't watch the game, but it looks like from just looking at the stats that those turnovers, they had 5 turnovers. So I guess they had a fumble as well. 1 interception, 4 interceptions, and 1 fumble. That's what it looks like. So, hey, Tennessee's in trouble, man. Tennessee is in trouble. I'll tell you that right now. I said it before. I kind of backed off of it because I was looking at their schedule. The Tennessee schedule didn't look that difficult, especially when I looked at they were going to be playing Houston right now. They are playing the Patriots next week. But then they got the Jaguars, the Steelers, who are kind of up and down, the 49ers, who are trying to make a playoff spot, the Dolphins, who are struggling, and then they end up with the Texans. So I thought they were in good shape, minus that Patriots game really was the only, maybe the Steelers game. But now I think the losing to the Texans, man, they're in trouble. I mean, the Texans aren't going to come back and make any kind of a run or anything, but losing to the Texans, I mean, that's not good for you. That's not good for your playoff run. The Colts, on the other hand, who's in their same division, just beat up on the Buffalo Bills. Where's the Bills Mafia at? Where's the Bills Mafia? I know I got some Bills fans out there. What in the world happened there? So the Bills lose 41-15 to the Colts. I mean, I told y'all the Colts were coming. I told y'all the Colts. I predicted this one that Bills were going to lose this game, but not by that much. I didn't predict this. I mean, what is up with the Bills? Let's see what happened in the game here. Let's see. Let me bring up some of this box score stuff here. All right. Let's see here. Carson Wentz, he only had 106 yards and 1 touchdown, so he had a mediocre game. I mean, nothing special. But Jonathan Taylor, 185 yards. They ran it for 265 yards total. Jonathan Taylor, 4 touchdowns for Jonathan Taylor, man. Shout out to Jonathan Taylor for running. I mean, he's a leading. He's a leading. He's the leading rusher now for the NFL for sure. I mean, he was behind Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry had ran it so much that he was still the number one. But now Jonathan Taylor has overtaken that spot. And man, I'm tempted to put Jonathan Taylor in for MVP if he keeps this up. I mean, he had a great game. I mean, they just basically ran the ball and played defense. Let's see what did Josh Allen have? Let's see, Josh 209 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. I mean, I don't know. Did he get hurt? Because I see Trubisky in there. Or maybe they put him in at the end. I don't know. I didn't see the game. I don't know the story behind the game on that one. But, man, the Colts all over them. So, the Titans are in trouble, man. The Titans are in trouble. Let me tell you right now. The Titans are in trouble. Hey, we want to jump on the show. Drew, Jake, anybody want to jump on the show? I'm here by myself for today. My boys, Les and Flo, or Les and Canteen are tied up. Let's see, what is this? Tied up. Watching you, bro. Okay. That's Canteen. Cowboys had a complete meltdown. One and done in the playoffs. Is that you again, Canteen, saying the Cowboys had a meltdown? That doesn't sound like you. A meltdown. I don't think they had a meltdown. I think, well, we'll talk about that game in a minute. We'll talk about the Cowboys game. We're going to talk about it. All right. So, yeah, Indianapolis that's their division to lose, I think. Indianapolis, that's their division to lose. Titans are in big trouble now. So, Washington football team, Les's team, 27-21 over the Panthers. Cam Newton makes his return and can't pull it off at home. I thought Cam Newton would play a little more inspired football. He didn't turn it over, but he only had 189 yards. He had 2 touchdowns. I think one was on the ground. He had McCaffrey back. McCaffrey only had 59 rushing yards. I mean, for once, the Washington football team defense showed up because they have not showed up all season. The Washington football team has not showed up all season. They're like bottom of the barrel as far as defense. So I was surprised that happened. So, but the Washington football team showed up, played some defense. I mean, they still gave up 21 points. It's not terrible, but it's not great. But they stopped McCaffrey. He didn't get a lot of yards. It looks like McCaffrey only had 59 yards. He had 60 yards passing. You know, that's why you have McCaffrey there, because you know he's got kind of that mix of run, pass. A lot of those are probably swing passes. He has 1 touchdown in the air, and he did not get one on the ground. But he got 1 touchdown in the air from McCaffrey. So I don't know, man. Maybe Washington can make a push, 4-6. It might be a little too late for a Washington football team. It might be a little too late. Let's see what they got coming up. The Washington football team. They got the Seahawks, who are struggling. I think they just lost another game today. Raiders, which might be a tough game. I mean, Raiders might be fighting for a spot. Then they got the Cowboys twice. They're gonna lose at least one of those. I might predict we win both of those. But then they got the Eagles twice, and the Eagles are starting to shoot up. So, I mean, I don't see the Washington football team making it, because I'm looking at the rest of their schedule. Eagles twice, Cowboys twice, and the Giants at the end of the season. The Giants could be a win. The Raiders might be a tough game. Even if they played really well, they're going to lose one of the Cowboy games and one of the Eagles games. That's for sure. And if they don't win the Raiders game, that's 3 losses. I mean, that's 9 losses there. That's 8 and 9. That's not enough to make the playoffs. So I think it's really uphill climb for the Washington football team to make the playoffs. It's still a possibility, but I think it's an uphill climb because of the way the Philadelphia Eagles are playing right now. Philadelphia, on the other hand, 5-6 now. They have a legitimate shot at the playoffs. They just beat up on New Orleans, a New Orleans team that's depleted, especially at quarterback. They got Trevor Siemian, Taysom Hill, who's kind of an all-around type player. He he did not play, or he was limited. I know because he was hurt, so I don't know if he actually played in the game. Let me see if he's got any stats for him. Yeah, he didn't play in the game. So the Philadelphia Eagles 40-29. Got somebody jumping on the line here. Let's see who's on the line here. Give me just a second. Okay, we got Drew coming on the line. Let me set it up for Drew. That's our resident Chargers fan coming on. So let me bring him on. Let me set him up real quick.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Drew, Mr. Drew, what's going on? What's going on, brother?
Good.
What's good, man?
Not much, just didn't want you to be on here by yourself, by your lonesome.
Oh yeah, that's cool. That's no problem. The boys are busy. Hey, it's like, man, I'm gonna take my medicine. Somebody want to come on and give me some cowboy hate? I'm here. I was gonna come on and let them come on and see what happens. But hey, we'll talk about that game in a minute. What do you think about the games I talked about? Anything on the ones we talked about? You missed it?
Yeah, I missed it.
Well, I was talking about how Houston, how the Tennessee, the main one I really want to talk about that was, I think was important, that Tennessee lost to the Houston Texans. I mean, that's big.
The Texans.
Yeah.
I didn't watch the whole game, but I was seeing Tyrod Taylor.
Mm-hmm.
He was going to work.
Yeah, he did. I mean, he only had 107 yards.
Yeah, but he was rushing. Two of them.
Right.
He had two rushing TDs. One where he
Yeah,
jumped over.
Okay, yeah. Right.
I
mean, he didn't have a big offensive day, but it had two important touchdowns for sure. Yeah. So, and then they didn't help that looks like Tannehill gave up 4 interceptions or something like that. Tannehill gave 4 interceptions. The reason I say it's important is because the Colts beat up on the Buffalo Bills, man, 41-15. What happened there? I mean, this is the Colts division to lose. What do you think? Don't you think?
This is what I told you. Like, anybody can get beat this season. You think you're safe? Nope. Think again. How did the Colts 40 something?
I knew I called that game though, but not by 41.
40?
Not 40.
40 points? Come on, dude.
Man, the Bills. To me, the Bills are in trouble, man. The Bills are in trouble now. I mean, they got the Patriots. I think they're tied with the Patriots now.
The Patriots are...
Or they might be in first place now.
The Patriots are in first place.
They're in first place now after this, right?
Yep. The Patriots are in first place.
After beating up on Atlanta. I mean, can you believe... Who would have said the Patriots 5 weeks ago that the Patriots would be in first place and the Bills would be in second place? It's crazy.
Listen. The Patriots were supposed to be dead and gone, but somehow
resurrected from the dead.
So that has to speak volumes. Like, you know what? I can't even call it anymore because I really wanted to see to know, was it Brady or Belichick? And now it's
right. It's kind of confusing.
It's both. They just,
well, it had to be a little bit of both. It had to be
because
you think about even the first couple of Super Bowls. I think Tom Brady had a total of two touchdowns or something in both Super Bowls. He only had one touchdown in the first playoffs. I mean, it was definitely Bill Belichick at that point. But I'm just saying. I mean, it's got to be both. But it's like with anything else, though. It doesn't matter how good of a coach you are. You have to have those key positions. You got to have a quarterback that can get you what you need. I mean, he doesn't have to be a superstar, the top quarterback, but he's got to be a top 10, close to top 10 quarterback for you to be successful. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Hey,
and he didn't have that.
Canteen say Super Bowl Rams versus Buffalo.
What? When did he say that?
Just now.
What? The Rams versus Buffalo.
Rams versus Buffalo.
Oh, wait, I gotta give him one of these for that, man. Are you serious?
And your boy Jake. Hey, Jake, we see you watching. Come on, man.
The Rams and the Bills. Are you kidding me, Canteen? Get out of here, bro. Come on, man. The Rams and the Bills. This is what you get. Shame. That's terrible call, Canteen. Come on, man. The Rams and the Bills. Let me see if I can see that.
So who do you predict then?
in the
Cowboys?
Super Bowl. You know what? We're gonna talk about that in a minute. Okay, we'll just talk about it now, bro. We'll just talk about it now, bro. Look.
Rematch?
Exactly.
That's
what I see. I'm gonna see that this is the future Super Bowl right here. KC versus the Cowboys. I'm gonna say it right here, right now. We're gonna meet the Chiefs in a rematch in the Super Bowl. That's what I'm saying right here, right now. You heard it here first.
Hey, you have now done it. You have now done what every Cowboys fan does. You put yourselves in the Super Bowl. You messed up now. You messed up. Just remember this moment. Remember this moment when we're
Hey,
crying.
you remember when it happens, bro. I'm saying it in a loss. In a loss, not in a win. It'd be different if we'd won. And then I said it.
Okay.
I mean, I predicted we were going to lose this game. I just knew we were going to lose this game. The Chiefs came out inspired. We came out a little flat. Dak was forcing the ball a little bit. It wasn't good for them. I think it seemed like they get a little too much confidence. But I think on the other hand, we were missing some people to put pressure on Patrick Mahomes. We don't have D-Law. We don't have Gregory. We're missing some people up front to get pressure on him. So he didn't get a lot of pressure. And Dak, on the other hand, we're struggling on the offensive line a little bit. We had to move some pieces around. And Amari Cooper wasn't there. He's a key part of that offense. He gets doubled a lot. He gets help to his side. So you're talking about these other guys aren't used to that. CeeDee Lamb was getting a lot of double and being covered, being helped to his side, and he's not used to that. He's used to getting single covered. You know what I'm saying? So Amari Cooper's a big part of this offense, even though he may not get as many catches a lot of times because he draws a lot of attention. He draws a lot of attention, and that's big when he's out.
Yeah.
What you think?
Y'all weren't able, but not enough pressure on Mahomes, though.
Exactly. We're missing D-Law. We're missing Gregory. Once those two guys come back, I mean, look at what Micah Parsons was able to do all by himself. I think he sacked him twice. He got a strip fumble. So he did pretty well. If you had D-Law and Gregory in there and Micah Parsons, I mean, we would have had a lot more pressure on Mahomes, and I think we would have got maybe another turnover, or at least held him a little better. I mean, we held them to 19 points. Even at that, they only got 19 points, and we gave them a couple of turnovers, a couple of interceptions to the other side.
Oh,
what do you think?
Yeah. You giving it to them, huh? Or did they take it?
Either way.
The pressure on Dak.
Right.
They took it. They took that game from y'all. It's okay to say.
It's okay to say?
It's okay to say, man. Everybody has those games.
There you go.
What's the excuse for all the sacks? That's what Canteen has.
That because we had to move people around. We didn't have our starting lineup. I think Tyron Smith was out. Anytime Tyron Smith is out of the game, we struggle.
Yeah.
Yeah, anytime he's out of the game, we struggle. Because you got Tyron Smith. If he's out of the game, you got Terrence Steele, who's a backup, who does okay for. But the other side, then you got to move around Connor McGovern and Connor Williams. It's from left to right tackle. You got La'el Collins, who's barely coming back. I mean, Tyron Smith is the anchor of that defense at left tackle. I mean, of that offensive line. When he's out, we always struggle on the offensive line. When he's out, we always struggle. Look at our games that we struggle with protecting Dak. It's always been when Tyron Smith is out of the game. So that's the bottom line.
Yeah. Hey, y'all just had the Chiefs who really don't like being at the bottom of the division. So
what's that?
The Chiefs, they don't like being at the bottom of the division.
Oh yeah,
so,
yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so they was coming, but I was hoping y'all would kind of put them back down.
I mean, I had a bad feeling about this because we have a lot of people out. Drew, we have a lot of people out, and with Amari out, I just felt like the offense was going to struggle with Amari out because Amari is a key piece of that offense. Even when he doesn't get catches, he draws a lot of attention over there. And then Tyron Smith, of course, when he's out, we're going to struggle. So when I knew he was out and Amari was out, and then I know our defensive line is depleted, I'm like, man, we're gonna struggle in this game. And
Yeah.
I just felt like we're gonna lose this game. If we'd have had Amari Cooper, at least Amari Cooper, I felt like we would have had a chance. I think we would have at least scored a touchdown, and I think it would have been a little closer. That's how big a deal I think Amari Cooper being out. But Tyron Smith may be even more important than Amari Cooper because he helps protect that key. He's the anchor to that offensive line. So, hey Jake,
Okay.
you talking in the chat, man? Come on in, Jake. I haven't heard nothing from you. I'm sounding the alarm for you.
Watching.
Come on, Jake. You want to come on in? Tell me about your Denver Broncos. Where are they at? Yeah,
They're
exactly.
Sitting on the couch.
Sitting on the couch. They be sitting on the couch in January for sure. Yeah. So let's look at a couple more games. Let's see. So the Baltimore, Chicago. I mean, Baltimore struggled a little bit, but Lamar Jackson was out.
Somehow they pulled it out, though.
Yeah, Lamar Jackson was out, and they pulled it out. Miraculously. I thought they were going to lose. There's Jay Glad, the Ravens fan.
Oh.
Yeah, the Ravens fan.
I seen your comments.
Oh yeah. They call him the petty pastor. So I was hoping he'd do a Facebook Live or something, or maybe jump on here, talk about his because whenever Baltimore pulls out a game, man, he's always going on live talking, man. They call him the petty pastor. And then Cleveland pulls one out, but I don't think Baker played that game. 10-13.
Nope. Well, actually, no, he did play.
He did play. He ended up playing.
He did play.
Okay.
Because he was sitting on my bench.
Oh, okay. So he played it. They barely pulled out that game.
Yeah.
I mean, Cleveland's in trouble too.
Yeah,
Cleveland's in trouble. And then I called this game, man, almost perfectly. Green Bay and Minnesota, 3 points. Minnesota pulls it out of Green Bay. I just felt like they had some momentum coming off the game that they beat you guys.
Yeah, see the Vikings.
And they had some momentum, and they've been playing everybody close. And I felt like they're playing at home. This might be a good game. They have to make a push right now for the playoffs if they want to make a run.
So seeing this, right? Seeing them squeak out a win against the Packers,
right?
And our loss last week doesn't look like necessarily so bad. It's like, well,
I'm not saying
like they've been playing.
It's a loss though.
A lot of teams. Oh, okay, yeah, just like
they've been playing a lot of teams close. Yeah,
but
they've been playing a lot of teams
close.
Right,
and they beat the Packers, which is a good team.
Right,
look, a 8-win team.
Yeah, they beat and the Packers have a decent defense, so they played them really well. I thought that they were going to lose it there at the end. But somehow Kirk Cousins didn't mess it up, and they ended up winning. That's the only reason I don't give. That's the reason I don't give Minnesota a lot of chance, because I don't trust Kirk Cousins. Kind of like I don't trust Tannehill. I think Kirk Cousins is a better quarterback than Tannehill, but at some point I just don't trust him to win those big games and those big moments. I just felt like they played good enough, and they had a little momentum coming off the game that they beat you guys, that they could pull this one out at home, against the Green Bay Packers. And that's what happened. I mean, I called that one, and I called Philadelphia beating New Orleans.
But I mean that was an easy one.
Yeah.
That was an easy one.
Yeah, well, not super easy. Come on.
Yeah, because Philly was kind of they kind of been trending just a little bit up.
Okay, yeah, and then Arizona beating Seattle. That was a little bit of surprise because I don't trust Colt McCoy either, and he had a decent game. I don't trust him to win another game. So if Kyler can play, he needs to play the next game. I mean, he's been out, that's 3 weeks in a row. I mean, at this point, if he doesn't play another game, he has to drop out of my top 5 for MVP, because he hasn't played that would be 4 weeks if he doesn't play next week. So, and they're still winning for them. They're still winning. They won 2 or one out of, this is the 3rd game. So they won 2 out of 3 games, which is pretty good considering they have Colt McCoy as their quarterback. So to me, that's a solid team. Being able to go 2-1 without Kyler Murray. What do you think?
No, it's definitely a solid team. Like, I always like the Cardinals winning. Like, I think,
everybody's been questioning them all year long. As they keep going, people have been always questioning them.
I legitimately think the Cardinals can be in the Super Bowl. Like, and if they have Kyler Murray, then they're a real threat to win.
Right, exactly. And if he can stay healthy,
a good
he can. Yeah.
Overall team. Period.
Exactly. Yeah, they played really, really well. I'm impressed. 2 weeks ago, actually, the last time Kyler played, and then the first game that Colt McCoy when he won, the first game when he won, I thought they were legit at that point because they were to win without Kyler. And then now they've been able to win 2 out of 3 without Kyler Murray. I mean, that's huge for this team. That is huge. That proves a lot to me. That means that they're legit. I may have to put them in the Super Bowl, conversation, because most people, in the NFC East, everybody's talking about Green Bay, or in the NFC, they're talking about Green Bay or the Buccaneers, or even the Rams. Canteen was talking about the Rams. A lot of people are always talking about the Rams too.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
But to me, even the Cowboys, people have talked about the Cowboys in the Super Bowl. Some people, the way they've played lately and their record and everything. But no one hardly ever mentions, people are like Cardinals are like, they're kind of waiting for them to fall apart. And even without Kyler, they haven't fallen apart. So I'm really impressed with the Cardinals. I think they're a legitimate Super Bowl contenders now, as of the last 2 or 3 weeks, especially the last 3 weeks not having their starting quarterback.
Yeah. So Canteen talking about we losing Chargers. Okay, Chargers losing 10.
Okay, let's talk about that game. Let's talk about that game. That's games tonight, right?
It's on right now.
It's on right now. Did it just start?
Yep. Steelers got the ball.
All right, Steelers got the ball.
Of course, they're starting off running. We already know what's going to happen. They're going to try to run on us.
Exactly.
That's the game plan. Good.
Exactly.
We got it. But
yeah. I mean, they're definitely going to run the ball. I got you guys winning a close one, a 3-point game here.
That's what
I just think that you guys, this is not, now you guys are a make or break time. I mean, before you guys were division leaders and everything, you are kind of riding high, but now you guys are falling into that Vikings, that kind of, you either have to start winning some games or you're in trouble, because you got the Steelers right now. Yeah. Then you got the Broncos, which may play you tough because it's a divisional game. You got the Bengals, who are up and down, but they're a decent team. The Giants have been better lately. Then you got the Chiefs again. I mean, those are some decently tough games. Those aren't just gimmies.
Raiders.
You got the Raiders coming up at the end of the year, who may or may not be in, or I think the Raiders are going to start falling apart. But the Broncos, you got 2 games with the Broncos, which are division games. So one of those games is they're going to play you tougher, and the other one I think you're just going to blow them away. So one of those games will be tough. Maybe the one at Denver, maybe that first one. But you got the Bengals, and then you got the Chiefs again, and then the Texans. All of a sudden, look what they did to the Bills. That might be a tougher game than it sounds. Depending on how Tyrod Taylor's playing, how that defense is playing, that could be a tough game.
You know what, too? Like. And if Tyrod's playing, that we're his last team, and we're the team whose doctor punctured his dang on lung.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Geez.
Right. Yeah. I mean, this is a key game for you guys, almost, but not quite as bad as I was talking about with the Atlanta Falcons. That win that against the Patriots, that was a must win for them. This is getting to where this is a must win for you guys. I mean, because you guys go 5-5, you guys are in trouble because the Chiefs just won another game. Yeah, so there'll be 2 games of there'll be
interception. Sorry,
y'all got interception.
That's got to be interception.
Is it an interception?
Oh, they didn't give him. Oh, come on.
They didn't give it to him.
I got to see this replay because he juggled the ball a little bit. He might have stepped out once he secured it.
They didn't count it, and they're not even going to review it.
Derwin James.
They're not even going to review it though. No, they're not reviewing.
Oh, it was close. He didn't have full control.
Yeah. All right, so let us know what you think. Go ahead.
Against Ben Roethlisberger. Man, Ben Roethlisberger is trash. He's trash this season. All right, he's got to be like at the bottom.
I mean,
quarterback at this point.
He's not trash. I mean, he's not trash. He hasn't played well. I mean, it's not his best season. He's still got almost 2,000 yards. He's got 10 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. So he's not trash, but he hasn't played great. And he's been a little injured on and off. He's got some injury problems that he's struggling with, but he still almost has 2,000 yards. I mean, he's relying a lot on his running game and his defense. So, you've got to win this game, Drew. You guys have to win this game.
We definitely got it, so we can make sure we stay in contention there.
Right.
In the West for sure.
Right.
And especially since it's an AFC game, so we don't want to lose AFC games at this point.
Right. because you definitely needed us to win that game. You guys
Yes.
needed us
Well,
to,
I mean,
to beat
needed,
the Chiefs.
but
Yeah, you
we
kind of
wanted
it would have helped you.
it would have definitely been
It would
a
have been
good
helpful.
thing for
It
us.
would have been
Yeah.
helpful to win that game for us to
Yeah.
beat the
So now
Chiefs for you.
we just gotta make our own destiny again. You know, that's it. It is what it is.
Yeah.
I rather do it that way than to ask for help anyway.
Right.
So,
Okay.
but I think for sure we win tonight. It's gonna be a close because we always play close for some reason.
Yeah. You like to play everybody close
yeah,
for some
I don't
reason.
like it.
You're like the
For
Ravens.
some reason. It's like-
You're like the Ravens, man. You're living on the edge. The Ravens have been living on the edge all year long.
I just want to say that Steelers was they let them convert. Steelers is one of the teams I predicted preseason for a loss actually. So
Did you? So yeah. So you have to lose this. You have to win this game.
so
Yeah.
um,
And the Steelers are fighting for the same thing. I mean, they're in playoff contention right now, 5-3. They didn't lose that last game. It's a tie, so that's better than a loss. It's not as good as a win, but it's better than a loss.
listen,
A tie game.
they tied with the Lions.
I know. I'm just saying. The Lions are desperate for a win, though. Look at all the games they played close, though. Look back at the Lions. They played a lot of games close. I mean, they play the Rams pretty close. They play the Vikings, who we think are playoff team now. They played them really close. They played the Bears close. The Ravens, they even played the Ravens close. 17-19. They lost that on a field goal against the Ravens. The Packers, they didn't do too good against the Packers and the Niners. Well, the Niners they were almost beat them. I mean, it was 33-41, so it was a closer game. The Eagles, they got trounced, and then the Steelers, they tied, and then the Browns. What is that? That's today. They just lost 10-13 to the Browns. So I mean, they played everybody pretty close. So I mean, I can't fault them. I mean, I think the Lions are right there. They're just not. They're not quite there to be a good team, but they're good enough to compete with most teams. They're good enough to compete with most teams, and they're just falling short because they don't really have a great receiving core. Their quarterback's not the best. They don't have a great running back. I mean, they got a good, decent. Everybody's kind of good, but not. You don't have a great or a star at any position on offense. And their defense is actually pretty solid, but on offense, you just don't. You have Jared Goff, but he's not really a star. That's why the Rams got rid of him. And then but your defense is decent. Your defense can play with people, but your offense just doesn't have enough. I mean, the Detroit offense doesn't have enough to win a lot of these games that they should have won. So
yeah, and that's been their problem, I think.
Hey, so we'll start wrapping up. What do you give it? You give any chances to the Giants beating the Tampa Bay Buccaneers again? I mean, the Bucs are in trouble. They've been losing. They've lost 2 in a row.
And that's why
They lost to the Washington football team and the Saints. Of course, the Saints. Winston was kind of there and not there. He was played like half the game, but they still lost that game. And then they lost against Washington. I mean, I don't know. You think they have a chance of losing that game against the Giants?
No, they're gonna win.
They're gonna win it. Okay.
Yeah. They're gonna
Okay. I think that's gonna be a closer game than people think, though. I think the Giants are gonna get a marked up game because they're 11 point favorites, though. I think it's gonna be closer than
the
that.
Giants?
Yeah. No. The Bucs are 11 point. No, the Bucs are 11-point favorites in that game.
No.
Yeah.
No. The Bucs will pull that out.
Right. All right. Hey, let's Flo Canteen or Les and Drew, Flo and Drew. The Flo and Drew show.
Where's
Wait a minute. Les ain't even here. Nobody's here. It's the Flo and Drew show.
Yeah.
Today. Or the Drew and Flo.
On here and keep you company while you
Hey, I appreciate it. Hey, I was waiting for all the haters to show up, but nobody showed up. So hey, that's cool with me.
They'll show up Thursday.
They'll show up Thursday. Oh yeah. Hey, so Thursday we're gonna have a Thanksgiving Day special. We're gonna 10 o'clock Central, 11 Eastern. We're gonna do a little Thanksgiving pregame to line up those games on Thursday. So if you want to come join us, I don't think I'll have a call-in show. I'm trying to get a call-in number so people can call in. Some people don't want to come on live on the show, and so People have asked about a call-in number, so I'm trying to get a call-in number set up so people can just call in and talk, and that way we can do it that way. But we'll see what happens, Drew. We appreciate you coming on the show, bro. Appreciate it,
man. Anytime.
Hey, man. All right, I'll let you enjoy your game.
Yeah. No,
good luck.
Yeah.
Good luck to the Chargers.
Defense letting them hang in there already. So
I know. I'm telling you, man, it's gonna be one of those games, man. You're gonna be,
I already know.
all the way to the end.
Already one of the games. First series. Holy
Exactly. Exactly. Bro.
All right.
Oh man, bro. All right, we'll see you later, bro. Thanks.
All right,